I think this two-pack right here with the new Rally Racing Chick Hicks and the new and exclusive Rally Racing Lightning McQueen definitely has potential to be the best two-pack of the year. And that's saying not all that much, honestly, because the other two packs aren't all that great. But this one is leaps and bounds better than any of the other ones, in my opinion. I know the Masha Els Wrench two-pack was pretty cool, but she is also available as a single, so nothing too spectacular, and they screwed the artwork up on that one. The Racing 2-pack with Darren and Sage, pretty nice, but it's peg warming quite a bit. How about the other Race and Rescue 2-packs that they put out this year? Any of those ones gonna take the cake? Yeah, definitely not. I mean, Danny, ton of inaccuracies. Cruz, already available as a single. This one, though, you would think this one has quite a bit of potential to be at least close to number one, because, you know, two exclusive cars, when does that ever happen anymore? But I just don't think Sheriff or Adam, with their new paint jobs for the Race and Rescue line, are all that great. So yeah, this one is definitely my favorite two-pack of 2025, and it is saying enough. You know, it's not saying all that much, but it's saying enough because it is actually a really cool two-pack, you know. Definitely the best one in my opinion. But anyways, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everybody. We're going to be reviewing this awesome two-pack today, which you can find in 2025 two-packs case C. That was the first one it was in, and then I think D as well. I think that's where I found it in, because I think they kind of skipped over C here in Canada. And then it's also going to be back for E of 2026 two-packs. So it is coming back next year. I'm not saying it's going to be the best one next year too, but who knows? I guess it could be. I mean, it's still going to be the same pairing, right? So, you know, but, you know, second year definitely is going to go down on the leaderboard for me. But yeah, new for 2025, let's take a look at these artworks. Now, the cool thing is, Lightning McQueen, he is exclusive. And I mean, when do we ever get an exclusive Lightning McQueen paint job anymore? It's not very often. Usually, whenever there's like a new expanded universe line, all the Lightning McQueens, they just, you know, mass produce them. They put them in like, you know, 2 in every case, sometimes 3, and they just don't sell very well. I mean, they do at the beginning because it's Lightning McQueen, but then once everybody gets them, it's like they just keep pumping them out and nobody else needs them, right? Because we all already have them. It's like the first one we get. Chick Hicks, he's available as a single though, and McQueen obviously is not. So yeah, McQueen's the exclusive one in this 2-pack, and that's pretty darn cool. Because, you know, like I said, when does that ever happen? Never, you know. And even though Chick is available as a single, people really, really like him because it's been a really long time since we've gotten a new Chick Hicks variant. I mean, since Cars 3 it's been, which is insane. Or no, since the silver one, I guess. Yeah, since the silver one. So it has been a while. That was like 2020, right? 2019, 2020. And yeah, it's just really cool to get a new one. This Lightning McQueen actually looks really cool compared to the other version of Lightning McQueen in the Race and Rescue line. I would say arguably it looks even better because I did like that one, but I do think this one, yeah, definitely looks better. I mean, it just looks more grounded, a little bit more realistic, like McQueen having a rally paint job just seems, you know, better to me than, you know, him having like a fire truck type of paint job. Like, I don't know, the whole Race and Rescue line, like the rescue part of it especially, doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but whatever. It is cool, nice logo and beautiful background. I really like it. It's a really nice like 2-pack to keep in the package. So if you find 2, I wouldn't, you know, I definitely wouldn't hold off on getting a second one. But maybe wait until next year because it'll look even better. It won't have the new badge, which I mean I don't mind it, but you know, whatever. Just kind of, you know, add something else, maybe a bit more clutter. Maybe you like it better without it. So next year it won't have that, and the card back will be glossy. So yeah, it might be slightly better to keep next year's version of this 2-pack in the package. But I mean, I'm gonna have both. So yeah, I actually have 3 of this 2-pack because I got one for my friend Mason in London, but then he ended up finding it and I didn't bother returning it. I think I am gonna keep it, but maybe I will return it. I'm not sure. Either way, it's kind of funny that it shows this 2-pack on the back. Usually they won't do that anymore. You know, put the 2-pack that you're getting on the back. They used to do that all the time, and it was very strange because it's like, well, I already have it. Why would I go looking for it again? But I don't know. They put it on the back. It's kind of nice to see the stock images though, so I don't mind. McQueen, that is certainly not the expression you have on the actual diecast. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I actually like that expression a lot better. So now I'm wishing they would have made it look like that. Not sure why they changed it. And then look at Sheriff. It looks like they just used his classic stock image and they just put on the decals. And then same with Adam. He doesn't have his new expression. So yeah, that two-pack. We'll review it soon. It's not all that exciting though. Spoiler alert. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for the package. Let's bust open this two-pack and see how the new Rally McQueen and Rally Chick look open up. Not only is this the best two-pack of the year without a doubt, but these two cars are definitely my favorite cars from the line so far that I've reviewed. And thinking about the ones that I haven't reviewed yet, yeah, I think they're going to remain up there at the top of the list for sure. Especially this new Rally Racer Chick Hicks here. He just looks so cool. The dark blue accents, the little, gray and red trim and all the gray on the back. It's so different for Chick. Mixing in with this regular old green, it's just really cool. Plus his brand new expression, and they finally outlined his windshield. Like, that's big for Mattel. I think overall this is just a phenomenal variant of Chick Hicks, and I can't wait to compare him to previous versions. As for McQueen, yeah, he looks awesome too. Kind of wish they would have used the wider molds for McQueen, but they didn't for that one, so I guess it's consistent there. But overall, just like the silvery, like white decals, and the blue, the gradient, it's just really, really cool. Mixing in with the red, it almost looks like a different kind of red too on McQueen, or maybe it's just the other colors making it look different. I don't know, but they also got the black outline around McQueen's windshield. So yeah, overall, both of these are just very, very cool. And to have them in the same two-pack together, that's just so classic. Now, before we dive right on into the actual like in-depth review part of this video, I do want to show you guys where the both of them appear at in the Race and Rescue book, because unlike Jeff Corvette, they actually do. Now, for whatever reason, it's come to my attention, because I didn't really realize this when I first read it, but Chick Hicks is not really in it all that much, at least with his rescue paint job, because here, he just has his Cars 3 paint job, here too, and then obviously, like, there's a turning point, because Chick just, like, he wants to win this race, and he's like, gets all mad, right? And he wants to, cheat to do it. It says he will do that. But he doesn't really race. Like, he must, but they just don't really show him racing for whatever reason. And I'm really not all that sure why. But yeah, it's kind of strange. When I first read it, it's like I didn't realize that. But looking at it now, I was just skimming through it before doing this video. And I'm like, what in the world? He doesn't really race at all. But I mean, he must, but I don't know. Here's his pitties. You can get them in the playset, although they're not these models, so I don't know why they changed the models for the pitties on the playset. They don't match how they look in the book. Here's McQueen, and it's just like, why McQueen even has this new paint job, I'm not really 100% sure, because it's like he starts out with the rescue paint job, and then he kind of switches to the other one. And then he kind of like, does he get the other one back? He does get it back. Okay, that doesn't make any sense at all. He actually goes back to the rescue paint job. Okay, I didn't even realize that. Clearly, when I first read this, I didn't analyze it all that much, because this is crazy. Yeah, Chick doesn't actually appear until like the very end. I think it's the last page. Yeah, right here. And he's getting towed by Mater. But the funny thing is, like in the playset, you can play and make Lightning like kind of crash Chick into the cactus patch. Well, that doesn't really happen with Chick Hicks. I mean, maybe it's presumed that it happened. I don't know, but it kind of happens more so with Jackson Storm. Like, look at him and Cruz and McQueen here, and it's like, did he get into the cactus patch? And I don't know, it's just kind of strange because he never even interacts with Jackson Storm, which you'd think that they would be best buddies, but they don't really interact. They did in Cars 3 a little bit. I think that would have been cool if they would have explored that a little bit more, like if Jackson would have been Chick's henchman, because of course he's kind of old now, so can he really keep up in a race? I don't know. But either way, yeah, kind of strange. That book makes no sense, or it's the diecast line that makes no sense. I'm not sure which one is it. Either way, we'll take a look at Chick first, because of course he is not the exclusive one. You can get him as a single in 2025 singles case V. I believe is the first case that Race and Rescue cars were in, And then he may have came back. I think he came back for a few others too. Now, obviously, this whole paint job is obviously based off of the Cars 3 Chick Hicks paint job, because he does have the Chick Hicks 86 logos as like his main sponsor, rather than the HTB logos, Hostile Takeover Bank, that he had in Cars 1. But he still has all of his very classic contingency sponsors that he's always had, because of course Chick wants to make the most money that he possibly can. And of course, you know, when you put other sponsors logos on your body or on your car in real life, you know, you get some incentives, or like you just get paid from that company to do that, because of course, you know, it's kind of like putting an ad on like a TV station. You know, of course it's going to be an advertisement, right? So that's kind of what the point of these things are, and that's why Chick has so many of them. So it's really funny. I've always loved that gag, and it's funny how they carried that on over into the rally racing line here. The Rally Race 200, there's that decal there. Radiator Springs Rally Race 200. But I saw the 2026 version of this guy, and since it is made in China, you know, some cars look different, some cars don't. They're still using the same inkjet technology for the paint, so it really, for the most part, shouldn't really mean like the world of difference for every single car. But some of them do look better, some of them look worse, and Chick is one of the ones that I think looks better. And I saw a picture online that showed the back of him, and it definitely looked more clear, for sure. I thought he looked a lot more clear, and I think his expression might have even been a little bit different, but I don't know why they would have changed it, because I really like the expression he has here. I don't think they changed it much, but they did something with the eyes. It kind of like the eyelids, I think, more so than the eyeballs, but I don't know. Either way, this one looks really great with the plastic eye plate. It's a little like loose in there, but I don't think it's gonna come apart. It's not really loose, but it just, I don't know, when I tap it, it feels kind of loose. Like it's making that loose sound that, you know, you hear when something's loose, but I don't think maybe it really is loose. Either way, yeah, Chick Hicks 86. Let's compare it to the Cars 3 version here. Obviously, all the decals have been changed colors. They're all like different shades of blue, and then some gray, some red trim around the 86 now. Looks really cool. And I love that they added the black outline around the eyes, the windshield more so. That just looks so cool. And I don't have the Cars 3 Chick without the headset, so it's kind of cool to see this paint job. Oh, it's kind of like the Cars 3 one, like without the headset. But yeah, I'm just loving the whole design. The dark, like the light gray in the back, the dark blue right here with the red border around it. Just very cool. Mixing in, like, to have all these different colors, but then still have the contingency sponsors on top. It's very, very cool. What the heck is that paint job? I mean, what is that sponsor right there? Fun? Does that say fun? I don't know what that says. It was there before though. There's a number 1. You can't really see them on, you know, the new one all that great. Like, they're very grainy, of course, but I mean, do I even have to say that? Of course they're going to be grainy. It's Thailand. I mean, some of them I know that they're not like actual sponsors that we see on racers in the Piston Cup, like Vroom. Some of them are from, or like Sludgy. Some of them are definitely from, you know, canceled sponsors that never made it into the movie. But a lot of them are like Octane Gain, Wood Springs, Retread, Leakless, No Stall. So yeah, I never realized that one before. I don't know what it says. It looks like maybe it says toy or fun or Chon, I don't know what it says. But either way, yeah, former and forever Piston Cup champion. I love that, because of course nobody thinks of you as a Piston Cup champion, Chick. They just had to give you the trophy. I don't even know why they had to, because I mean, he should have been disqualified and, you know, like kind of canceled, as they'd call it nowadays, you know, back in the first Cars movie, because what he did to the king, like, he could have killed him. He's an old man. I don't really get how that was legal, and how he actually won the Piston Cup after that. Like, it should have been the king that won, or at least Lightning McQueen, right? But I don't know. Very strange. But yeah, it is just a movie, so I probably shouldn't overanalyze it, but you know what? It's fun to do that. We have dark blue rims in the front and then light gray in the back. But yeah, overall, Chick Hicks signature there. Overall, just very, very cool. Rally Race 200 on the back, 86. There's just so much to look at with Chick. Like, I could be here all day just over analyzing him, but I'm not going to do that, because then you guys would get bored And I'm sure you guys want to see the exclusive car from the pack, but first, let's look at his date stamp. It's U27A, meaning he was produced on the 27th week of 2025, I guess, right? Probably. Or 4, no, it would definitely be 5. Before we dive into McQueen, though, I do want to compare him to just the classic original Chick Hicks from Cars 1. The 86 is quite a bit smaller now, and overall, all the decals don't look as like close together. Maybe they removed some of them. I don't think so, though. They all look to be there. They're just, maybe them, I think, yeah, they're smaller now, the decals themselves. But yeah, overall, very cool when compared next to this chick. I don't know why they took off all the, that's weird, they took them all off. All the little stickers off the back window. Don't tell me I got error, did I? No, I couldn't have, right? Imagine that. It's probably like that on the Cars 3 one, and I just never noticed. But let's see. Okay, yeah, it's like that on that one too. I really don't know why. I mean, you'd think it would have to be that way, but do these cars really use their back windows anyways? Like in real life, that wouldn't be illegal to, cover your back window, load it with stickers, right? But I don't know. This is just like these are living cars, so I don't think they would see through their back window, right? I don't know. Who knows? But either way, here he is next to the plastic one from the playset. This one's pretty cool. I don't know why it's missing the decals on the side windows too, this one. But it's pretty cool since it has a brown base and brown tires to make it look all muddy. But yeah, he's missing a lot. Wow, he doesn't even have the silver in the back. I mean, the gray. What in the world? And don't be thinking, guys, this is one of those times where Mattel was supposed to make something, actually silver, and they screwed up and made it gray. No, that's only for like bumpers and stuff. This is actually supposed to be gray. But yeah, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that if you thought Mattel screwed up. Because when I said that, I was thinking, oh boy, I don't want to confuse anybody. He no longer has the RSN, I almost said Race and Rescue, decals on the back though. So that's kind of cool that they changed that. I mean, unlike Jeff Gorvette, I guess they removed all the decals, but they just kept things looking kind of similar to his World Grand Prix design. I wish they would have changed it more. And speaking of Jeff Gorvette, I'm sorry, McQueen. You keep getting sidelined in your own video. But speaking of Jeff Gorvette, guys, I'm so disappointed in Mattel right now. We just got revealed the other day that the Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette that was supposed to be coming out next year, the re-release, very highly anticipated, coming in a 2-pack with Pat Traxon. Well, we just got it revealed that it's going to be the Cars 2 Jeff. I don't even know what to say. Jeff, keep that grumpy face on. If you want to change it to like extreme anger, I wouldn't blame you. Like an extremely just like grr face. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you at all. Just like a violent expression on Jeff Gorvette. That's what they need to do next, because he just keeps getting more and more angry that they just keep treating him so badly, it's not even fair. Anyway, so yeah, Rally Racing Lightning McQueen. Let's go now with the review of this guy. He looks so cool. Honestly, this is really nice. Like compared to Chick, I love Chick and he's still my favorite one, but it is kind of nice to just see a clean, simple design now with no like contingency sponsors just cluttering the paint job. He does have a few, of course: Piston Cup, Octane Gain, RPM, Revolting, and Clutch Aid. To be honest, for an expanded universe line, like just some simple race that's not sponsored by, it's not part of the Piston Cup, why would he have any? I'm not quite sure. And why would he go to the lengths of changing the colors of them? Like, to me, that's something I would have taken off. Like, maybe not Piston Cup, but the other ones. I would have taken those off. Well, Chick Hicks, I mean, his don't really look any different. Like, they're not different colors. Whereas McQueen's, looks like they're all kind of changed to be dark blue, except for the Revolting one for some reason. Maybe the other ones, no, because Octane Gain's not normally RPM. They're like yellow, so I don't know why they changed it on some, but not the Revolting one. But Chick, I wouldn't expect him to take them all off. But for McQueen, yeah, I mean, that's a nitpick, but I'm just saying. Mattel could have taken those off. But the plastic eye plate looks great. The Radiator Springs Rally Race 200 decal on the hood looks really nice. Not all that grainy either. Like, I didn't find myself complaining that much about Chick. I mean, the tiny ones, of course, yeah, they're not going to be great. They're not going to be the most legible things in the world to read, of course. But overall, the decals don't look that bad, and I like the graininess back here. It's supposed to be a gradient. You know, it starts off darker, goes off into being more so just white, but like it started off kind of blue-ish, kind of gray. So yeah, that doesn't really matter that that's grainy. This almost looks hand painted back here with the dark, like the dark blue around the spoiler. That's kind of funny. Rally Race 200. Oh, 95. I finally know what this is for, too. I don't know if I said this before. I don't think I did. That's for his catch can. Sarge's catch can. Remember when I reviewed Sarge, the catch can man, the pit crew version of him earlier in the year? Well, that's what that's for. You put the catch can in there. That's very cool. I saw like Did You Know style car short recently, and it said that, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But anyways, yeah, 95. Dark blue around the 95. I like how the 95 is red too, because it's kind of funky because it matches the just the regular red color. Usually it's like it's its own color, but here it's not, and it's kind of cool. Nice light gray windows. Chick didn't really have plastic windows, so they look quite a bit different. You know, that back one doesn't look all that great. It kind of looks like a grainy old TV screen, to be honest. But yeah, McQueen's windows definitely look a bit better for that reason. Rally Race 200 text on the spoiler there. Very like tall and thin, and it looks really nice. And I love how the lightning bolt just stretches all the way into the back here. Like it's really, really cool. And it just goes right into the spoiler where it, is gray, and then it kind of just changes to dark blue, which is like the trim color for the lightning bolt. So yeah, overall, super cool variant of McQueen. Got the light gray rims in the back with the light ear tires, and then the red rims in the front. I like his little mouth expression. Overall, like the eyes look good too. Overall, the expression is not that much different from anything else we've seen, but it is definitely a little bit different. I don't think it matches any other McQueen. Here we have the rescue version of McQueen, and I don't know why they changed the headlights. Like they look much more realistic on this one than they do this one. The 95s are different colors. Like here it's yellow, of course. Here it's red. Overall, they changed quite a bit from that one. U29A. That's kind of weird. Chick was 27, wasn't he? Maybe this was supposed to be a single release. Well, that's probably what they did. Since Chick is available as a single too, they probably just make them all together, and some of them they made earlier. And then, once the 2-packs came out, they must have had some extras, and they just put them in the 2-packs maybe? Because that's kind of weird to have the cars being made 2 weeks apart from each other. Yeah, 29th week of 2025. McQueen has the holes in the base for Mater to be able to tow him, although I don't know if the new Mater from this line can actually tow McQueen because his tow hook is so ginormous. But yeah, let's compare these two a little bit, because I do want to see like which one's better. Obviously, I already said that I like this one quite a bit more than any other car, in the line. Him and Chick, of course, this 2-pack in general. But yeah, this one's not bad. Like I like it. It's just that I would prefer, a rally racing version of McQueen to like an ambulance rescue squad version of him. I just think this is more gimmicky, not as much like my taste, but I like it. They're both cool. Look, they both have, that's kind of funny. Race and Rescue, Rally Race 200 on the spoiler there. So pretty cool. It's like two separate, different like expanded universe lines, just kind of like mixed into the same thing. Honestly, they probably could have just waited, done this next year, or not next year because they have the celebration cars. Maybe the year after, and maybe they could have done the rescue stuff this year. Like, I don't really understand how it goes into each other, how it relates. The book didn't really explain that all that well. Like, it kind of did, but I don't know. I guess it works. It kind of works. It's just like McQueen getting a new paint job. I don't think that really works, but I'm glad that he did, because this one is better than that one. So maybe we should have just kept McQueen in this paint job the whole time and just not even had this paint job at all. Like, maybe that would have made a bit more sense. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can make the Race and Rescue line make a lot more sense, but we won't get into that today. Maybe when I rank them all, if I do that, we'll do that. I don't know. We'll talk more about that. But here's just a basic Cars 3 Lightning McQueen from China, comparing him to the new Rally McQueen, just for funsies. We even have just like the classic Cars 1 Lightning McQueen next to him. Obviously quite a bit different, completely different model. This one doesn't have a gas cap, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this model, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, he barely even has a bumper, but the paint job itself is cool, so I'm not really judging it for like the model. But here he is next to the GRC McQueen. I wanted to do this comparison the most because, you know, he has a lot of dark accents too, a lot of blue, but it's a lighter blue. So yeah, overall, comparing these two next to each other, I still do like the GRC McQueen a lot better. I mean, this one is just really cool. I'm surprised they made something this nice, you know, just like in recent times. Like, it's just hard to believe. I love all the dark accents. I love how they used the Cars 2 McQueen model with the Cars 2 wing. That's just so cool. The rims look awesome. The expression looks great. Black outline around the eyes. Overall, just a phenomenal release. This one is awesome too, but I mean, this one is just so cool. It's on another level of cool, in my opinion. I love that one. That one's really awesome. But yeah, compared to like the other cars in this line, like the other racers, especially the other rally racers, this McQueen just kind of blows them all out of the water. Like, him and Chick, again, him and Chick, they both do. But yeah, compared to like Cruz, Jeff, well, that's all I have so far opened up. But yeah, come on, like, look at them. They're both yellow. They're both kind of unchanged from, I mean, Cruz is quite a bit different, but she just kind of looks like her GRC variant, but just kind of worse. And then Jeff just looks like his World Grand Prix variant, but worse. So overall, not a big fan of them, but let's just put them back there, and hopefully we don't have to look at them for a good long while until I review, you know, we'll have to look at Cruz again when I review her 2-pack with Danny, but I'm not going to be reviewing Cruz, just Danny. So we'll see how he looks soon. And then, of course, we still have Cal from the Rally Racing 200 line. We still have Jackson Storm, who I don't even have yet. Cal I have right here off to the side. And he looks great, too. He's definitely probably going to be number 3 in the line, in my opinion. But either way, this is already a long enough video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. Let me know in the comments which car from this 2-pack is your favorite. Mine is definitely Chick, but not by all that much. Like, I think McQueen is definitely behind him a little bit, but not by that much. And I'm just noticing something now, a nice little upgrade that they did on this new Chick. Look at that, guys. I didn't even realize that until now. They actually added this trim around the top and sides of his mustache grill. This nice light gray trim. That looks awesome. That wasn't even there before. And I don't think it was on the Cars 3 version either, which is really cool that they changed that. I mean, was it? No, it wasn't. Wow, that's really cool. Well, they did some nice upgrades. The black outlines around the windshields, the nice expression changes. Like, overall, they really tried with these two cars, even if they didn't for like any of the other cars in the line, you know. At least they did with these two. Before you go, I should probably show you guys Chick's 2 little pitties. They're just kind of hiding up there just a little bit better. I know I kind of already reviewed them when I reviewed the playset, but yeah, they're pretty lackluster, to be honest. There's not a ton going on with them, but they each have their own expressions, which I think is really cool and surprising that Mattel would do that. Make a nice little expression change. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see Chick with his little pitty minions, as I guess we could call them, because they're like his little henchmen. I think that's really cool. It reminds me of in Mater Say's Christmas, that book, when he kind of like has Snotrod as his little henchman, and all the tuners, I think, kind of help him out. So yeah, pretty darn cool. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you did enjoy, and let me know which one of these 2 cars is your favorite in the comments below. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.